Hey there, artists, and welcome to the last of our online digital art classes. Today we're going to be thinking about drawing something that is very summery. Imagining going to the beach, especially while we are still inside, and looking forward to some warmer weather. But we're not just going to be drawing a beach the way that we normally would. This time we're going to be talking about creating the illusion of depth. And that's when something looks like it's going far away from you. So there's things that are up close to you, and there's things in the middle, and then things that are further away. So the first thing that we're going to do when we start drawing the beach is we're going to put a line right across the middle, or sort of halfway up between the middle and the top of the page, going horizontally from one side of the paper all the way to the other. Notice how I'm drawing slowly. It's a little bit wobbly, and that's fine. If you want to use a straight edge or a ruler, you can do that too. Remember to hold your ruler still and then press the pencil against the edge of the ruler to make your straight line. This is called the horizon line, and this is where it looks like the sky meets the water. Now we know that there is not actually a line where the sky meets the water, but to our eyes, when we're standing with our toes in the sand on the edge of the beach looking out at the water, it looks like that there is a line where the sky meets the water or the earth. In order to start to make this look a little bit more like the horizon, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of a sun, just half of a sun, poking out from behind the water. So this is almost like the sun is rising or setting, depending on the colors that you decide to use. If you want to make it look realistic, you can just shade in with your colors when you start to color. Maybe keep the sun white and then just put a glow of yellow or orange color around the sun. And if you want to make it look a little bit more cartoonish or symbolic, you can make your zigzag marks however you like to draw a sun. So for me, I might do it like this. And I always like to add two different versions of the same color, so I might choose a darker yellow if I have it, or a red or an orange. A darker yellow around the sun might look kind of good, like this. It always adds a little bit of visual interest when we add several different colors. And the orange right along the outer edge will make it look like the sun is really glowing. Now, of course, how you decide to color in the rest of the sky is completely up to you. If you wanted it to be a sunset, maybe use colors like pink, blue, and purple. Okay. And we'll start to layer those in from the horizon line all the way up to the top of the paper. Now, I'm not going to finish coloring this in just yet because I want to make sure that we add all the detail that we need on the side and bottom of our paper before we lock ourselves in with color. Remember, usually we draw everything with pencil first so that if we make mistakes or change our mind, we can go back and erase. If I can even find my eraser. So next what I'm going to do is I'm going to have us draw the outline of our beach, of our sand. Now sometimes we would just assume that this is all sand, but what I want you to do is start over on the far right, right where the horizon line is, and we're going to start to draw a wavy line that comes all the way down to the bottom left corner. This is going to be sort of a curvy edge of our sand. It's going to go in and out, and then as it wobbles, it goes to the edge of the paper. Now what you can see here is this is where we're going to actually start to add some of our detail that makes your drawing look different than any other type of water or beach that you've ever drawn in your life. Okay, this adds a little bit of a cool angle to this beach, and what I want you to do is add another little curvy mark that actually is the same shape but sort of disappears right here. This is going to be the white foam on the blue water. So it's gonna be blue water, white foam, and I'm actually gonna have you do another sort of curvy snake-like shape that goes like that. These are sort of the waves, the ripples that happen in the water. I want you to do a little bit of a reflection of the sun here as well. Notice how I'm doing zigzag marks around that reflected sun, and then some jagged marks here that we're gonna keep white, and we're only gonna color around the jagged marks blue, okay? So this is going to make it look So when we're coloring this in, remember the blue is going to stay outside of the lines that we made, and this is going to make our reflection for our sun look even more realistic. When we're drawing water, if we color it solid blue, our brains will know that it's water. But if we add a little bit more detail, if you actually look at a puddle or a pond or a lake or a river or a stream, you will notice that there's a reflection of whatever's above the horizon line, as well as white and blue parts. Okay, so in here, unless you're planning on drawing any sea creatures that you can see, we're going to be coloring blue around our zigzag lines, our swirly, curly, wavy lines, and leaving the lines in between the lines white. Okay. Okay, I'm going to leave that there because again, I want to add a little bit more detail on the island or on the sand. So another thing that I could draw out here in the distance is a little bit of greenery. Okay, this is going to be sort of some scrub because what I've noticed is on the beaches there's sand and then there's dunes that has some green vegetation. Okay, so this is going to be green, and then I'm going to have a couple palm trees because I've noticed that sometimes there's single palm trees and sometimes there's a cluster of palm trees going like this with some jagged palm leaves. Notice them just sort of zigzagging up and then zigzagging back. Zigzag, zigzag, zigzag. Now notice that when I overlap, because I'm drawing in pencil, if I overlap, I'm going to need to erase the lines that are behind it, or hope that when I color it in with colored pencil marker or crayon, that I'm coloring dark enough to cover up some of the lines that I don't need anymore. Okay, so you're drawing your palm trees. Sometimes there are stripes on the trunks because they don't really have smooth bark. They have sort of pokey bark on their trunks. And then I'm going to start to add some man-made things. So like an umbrella, maybe a chair, a blanket. You could even do a beach ball, a sand castle, or some flip-flops, right? If our swimmers are somewhere in the water. But again, this is called overlapping. We don't want to find an empty space. We want to put the beach umbrella front and center. So I'm going to draw two skinny parallel lines right next to each other. That means they don't touch. They're just right next to each other like this. And then I'm going to do a big arch like this, like a rainbow, and lots of little rainbows to connect them. Then I'm going to go from the top, and I'm going to go down, 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 down in an arc. Notice I did one arc, two arc, an arc straight down, and then one arc, two arc going the other direction. Now this is where it would be important that I didn't take this orange all the way across back there because that's going to be hard to erase. Okay, and so it's going to be important that now when I color it in, I was going to do red and white, but I might have to choose two different colors because my red just broke and because I need a dark color now to cover up the horizon line that I decided to color in before I was done with my drawing. So this will be every other section is a different color. Okay, that looks kind of cool. I'm going to draw a beach chair for you here. This is one of those cloth ones, so like it's really easy to fold up and carry with you, and if it gets wet, it dries out really quickly. It wouldn't make sense to bring a heavy wooden chair or a heavy metal chair to the beach, so we have ones that we can fold up and put in our car or carry with us. So I'm going to do a swoop. A line, and then the legs of the chair here. You can do some little swoop stripes as well. This is a great time for you to do some, I don't know why, but a lot of things that we take to the beach, like beach balls, umbrellas, and chairs have stripes on them, okay? Now, if you wanted to put a beach ball here, you could have any circle shape like this, and sort of like the umbrella, you're just gonna go from the top to the bottom, curve, straight, curve, and that's gonna be your beach ball that you can then color Lots of different exciting colors. Okay. Make sure that underneath all of these things, you just put a little bit of a dark shadow. It can be blue or purple, gray, green, brown, just something a little bit dark, okay? Now, if you wanted to, here's the time where you could add some flip-flops, maybe a beach blanket, which would be 2 straight lines and a diagonal line. You could even put some fringes on it. On your beach blanket, you could add some food. So let me scoot this up. So like a slice of watermelon with some seeds on a plate. You could add a drink, a cup with a straw, and a little tiny umbrella, which would look cool because we've got a big umbrella here, so a little tiny umbrella. You could draw some ice cubes. Okay, lots of detail you could add there. Some flip-flops, little sideways 8 shape, like that. And then if you want to be really fancy, you could find a spot to put a castle. Now again, feel free to overlap. The castle can come up over the edge of the water, as long as you erase the lines that are behind it. I'm adding a whole lot of detail to your beach scene, so depending on how much time you have and how much detail you want to add, it's totally up to you. If you want to go into a lot of detail on the castle, that's awesome. Then it's time for you to color your creation. Now remember, when you're coloring in, especially with the darker colors, you are going to end up covering up your detail very quickly if you aren't careful to stay inside the lines, and choose a darker color to go back and outline all of your detail. All the lines that you decide to keep should probably be outlined with dark blue or purple or black or green, something dark so that we can see all the detail of the drawing that you just worked so hard to make. Okay? That way, even if you weren't able to erase your drawing completely, the lines that you don't need rather, you're still able to go back through and add the detail. Okay, hopefully this inspired you to get excited for all the warm weather that's coming this summer and being able to get outside and go to the pool or the beach or the river or the creek or the pond or the lake or wherever you're going to go to stay cool this summer. And I appreciate you drawing along with me these last couple weeks. I hope you had a lot of fun, and I'll see you soon.